This is what goes down when someone tries to jack an armored truck.
Show your wallet. Let me see your. I don't have anything in my wallet. We can do this the hard way, or we can do this the easy way, man.
Check out these thieves who totally messed up. Let's kick things off with this scene. And no, it's not from some action movie. This actually went down in Greenwood Village, Colorado. The real question is, where did these guys even get their hands on that kind of firepower? The footage is insane, and even though the robbers tried to hide their faces, the FBI still tracked them down. Jamarius Jones, David Taylor, and Jimmy Garrison were all identified and charged. As far as we know, at least one of them has already been sentenced. Now check out this other genius strategy. At first glance, it just looks like a car accident, but think about it. What was this woman doing out in the middle of nowhere in the middle of the night? And notice how she doesn't even try to protect herself, almost like she knew the hit was coming. Yeah, she literally threw herself in front of an armored truck to try and make it stop, but the guards weren't buying it and she ended up hurt for absolutely nothing. Well, maybe armored truck drivers could take a few notes from this taxi driver. The moment he realized his passengers wanted more than just a ride, he floored it and started driving like a maniac. Just look at the robber's panicked reaction. In the end, the guys were basically begging to get out of there, and even after they finally bailed, the driver jumped out of the car and went after them on foot. Total madman. On April 22nd, 2021, an armored truck was ambushed by a highly trained, heavily armed crew, but the driver managed to shake them off, and the video went viral worldwide. What most people don't know is the insane story behind that heist attempt, because this wasn't just any robbery. It all happened in South Africa, right in the capital, Pretoria, one of the most crowded places in the country and a hotspot for violent crime and terrorist activity. Because of that, locals have learned to defend themselves with whatever they can. It's common to see regular citizens carrying knives or other weapons in broad daylight. So if that's what the average person does, just imagine what the criminals are like. And this gang's plan honestly felt straight out of a movie. They bribed cops to find out the armored truck routes, knew exactly what type of cargo would be inside, high-tech gear worth almost $500,000, stole faster and more agile vehicles, and came loaded with serious firepower. They even had jamming equipment to cut off phone and radio signals, making sure no backup could be called in. The outcome could have been completely different if it weren't for one man. If you watch the footage closely, you'll notice one of the guys inside the truck looked totally locked in. That's Leo Prinsloo, a former captain of an elite special task force with years of experience in counterterrorism, VIP protection, and hostage rescue. Now in his 50s, he works as the chief instructor and field agent for a security company called Fortis Proactive Defense Solutions, and the guy just doesn't flinch. While his partner looks completely hopeless, Leo keeps control, driving at high speed with a blown tire, ramming and disabling two of the cars chasing them. What you saw wasn't just a failed robbery, it was a living legend in action. And of course, both he and his partner walked away without a scratch. But that was only the beginning of a whole wave of robbers getting taken down in South Africa. In this other case, things went way worse. After all, not every armored truck in South Africa has someone like Leo behind the wheel. The onboard cameras captured the exact moment this van loaded with cash bags got ambushed by criminals. First, they rammed the side of the vehicle, leaving the guards inside absolutely terrified. Then, after overpowering the officers, the gang used explosives to blast their way into the vault packed with money. One of the guards survived and later gave a chilling testimony about what went down.
I'm going out. I might not come back, but it's life for everyone in CIT.
In this other case, if you look closely at the back of the video, you can see someone trying to break into one of the armored trucks parked in front of Centurion Mall in Gauteng. Right away, the other armored trucks pulled out, leaving the guards behind, who were more than ready to take down the criminals. No one was hurt in the incident, well, except for the robbers who got caught. Security had to be stepped up after all these attempted heists. Helicopters were put in the air, and special police units started patrolling the city, hunting down the gangs that specialized in armored truck robberies. And guess what? They got them. Like the saying goes, justice may be slow, but it never fails. Now, these guys were a lot smarter than the two guards in this armored truck. At the start of 2025, the agents transporting valuables got pulled over by police shortly after entering a highway. At first, everything looked routine. They were asked for documents, and since the armored windows don't roll down like regular car windows, they had to open the door. That turned out to be a fatal mistake. Suddenly, they were ambushed. Those officers were actually criminals in disguise, wearing police uniforms just to get easy access to the truck. And sure enough, once the guards were subdued, one of the thieves hopped in and drove the truck away. In the end, the guards were rescued and the robbers were eventually caught. Meanwhile, in Shelbyville, one of the fastest robberies in the world went down. In just 60 seconds, these guys managed to snatch tens of thousands of dollars. According to police, two masked men rolled up in a stolen pickup truck. They hooked heavy-duty tow straps and chains to an ATM, ripped it open, and started pulling out cash. After that, they ditched the truck and took off. Detectives believe they switched into a getaway car. It's estimated they made off with more than $80,000. They were never caught, but their bold move definitely earned them a spot in this video. While those guys only needed 60 seconds to steal an ATM, these others got busted in just 60 seconds. But before that, let's head back to South Africa, because over there, it's not just armored trucks that end up as targets. Stepping away from the cash van stories for a moment, check out how these guys straight up chased down a car just to snatch a woman's phone. Turns out the video came from a channel called Africa Avengers, and the whole idea was to prank anyone trying to grab the latest iPhone at the time by shocking them. What they didn't expect was how bizarre the scene would look. A bunch of guys sprinting after a moving car, even with a cop standing right there, and every time the car sped up, they just kept running. In the end, they didn't get the phone, got zapped, and ended up exposed on YouTube. Still talking about crooks who had a bad day, this man turned into a hero when he saw thieves trying to steal his car. He had left the vehicle unlocked and the guys noticed, grabbing whatever they could from inside. The moment he saw it, the homeowner didn't even think twice. He grabbed his pistol and went straight at them. The thieves bolted instantly. Pretty sure they'll think twice before trying that house again. This next robber got the shock of his life when the police caught him off guard. The footage shows a masked man hopping into a taxi and announcing a robbery. The victim hesitated for just a moment before handing things over, and that pause was exactly enough time for a patrol car to notice what was going on. You should have seen the robber's face when he realized the cops had him. But sometimes you don't even need a cop nearby for things to go wrong. In this case, a group of men rammed a van into the glass doors of a convenience store. At first, the heist looked like it was working, until the van they were using caught fire before they could even make their getaway. Not only did they get arrested, but they also lost everything, including the van. Sometimes justice has to be taken into your own hands. One guy spotted someone riding around on his motorcycle that had been stolen a few days earlier. When he confronted him, the rider claimed he had bought it. The owner even offered to pay him back just to get his bike back, and that's when it got sketchy.
The cops. Or not. What the hell, dude? Chill out, bro.
Bro, give me the cash. Give me the cash, bro.
Alright, I'll get you the... Dude, relax, dude.
Turns out it looked like the thief himself, now trying to squeeze even more money out of the victim. But what the owner had in his car changed the whole situation.
Oh, God, what's f***ing cash? I'll give you my f***ing cash. F*** off the bike.
In the end, he managed to recover his stolen motorcycle. And finally, here's the most instant karma you'll see today. 2 undercover cops spotted phone snatchers who had just pulled off another robbery. They immediately turned around, chased them down, and caught the thieves in just 60 seconds. Well, maybe karma wasn't as instant as in the last one, but it definitely hit hard here. These 2 thieves didn't even manage to steal anything. The moment the driver realized what was going on, he decided to take justice into his own hands. And you won't believe what happened live on TV. Right in the middle of a news report, a thief tried to snatch a woman's necklace. The reporter even ran after him, but the guy got away. In the end though, the lady managed to hold onto her necklace and the thief was reported to the police, with crystal clear footage from the TV cameras. And of course, we can't forget YouTuber Mark Rober's genius idea to prank thieves. He built a booby-trapped backpack that, once opened, sprays a cloud of glitter in the thief's face, along with a horrible stench. He left several of these bags sitting in plain sight inside cars, just waiting for someone to take the bait. And of course, plenty of would-be thieves fell for it. The best part? Their reactions. And to top it off, the backpack also had a GPS tracker, so Mark could hand over all the info to the police, who made sure to follow up.